I'm at the Ballasalla home of Charlotte Badon. Charlotte sadly lost her partner earlier this year, but she's now embroiled in a battle to have him recognised as the father of her baby. Charlotte, you're due to have your baby in the middle of January.
Yeah.
Can you talk us through what happened to Adi?
Well, it was an undiagnosed heart condition. Everyone's probably heard of Craig's Heart Foundation. They did a big screening over here recently for everybody. But at the time, I didn't know what it was. I just came home from work on Monday, the 30th of June, and found him upstairs collapsed, dead. There wasn't nothing I could do. He was gone. And it just went from there, really. And
you were 11 weeks pregnant?
About 11 and a half weeks pregnant at the time. So he knew about the birth, luckily, and he announced it to his family and things like that. But yeah, now I'm on the other side of things, which I never thought would be happening. I have to fight to get him on the birth certificate.
Yes, and how is that? Why can't he be automatically recognised on the birth certificate?
Well, I think it boils down to not being married. It's that old-fashioned 1950s, again, if you're not married, he's not next of kin. No, there's all that, and I think 2015 things need to change a little bit now. Not everybody gets married anymore. Not as soon as what they used to anyway. It might be years down the line, or people just don't. So obviously the laws haven't.
So as well as having all the stress that obviously you're going through now, you now have to jump through hoops to prove that Adi's your baby's father. What do you have to do? I
have to get... Well, obviously I don't have Adi's DNA because I didn't know anything about this. I have his mother and his sister. So it's like a sibling grandparent DNA, but that's very weak because it's been diluted so much. I don't know all the ins and outs of all of it, but I know it's weak, and I think it's at a 1 in 5 chance it can fail. So there's the cost of all that. We've got to send it to a company I found in the UK, which is recognised legally. North Gene I'm going to use. And they're going to do the swabs. It's got to match a 15-pointer or something like that. And hopefully it's strong enough to match 1 point. So it's like a relationship DNA, family DNA. And then that can confirm, and then I go to court with it and, I don't know, put a request in and they pass it. But if the DNA doesn't work, then I know what I'm going to do. That's why it needs to be changed, because even though, I've got to give that birth certificate to my child when he's older to apply for things, Adi's not going to be around here in his life, and I don't also want like a blank space, or I'm assuming that's what gets put, a blank space or unknown, on the birth certificate as well. I've got enough to deal with, and if I knew about this earlier, while Adi's body was still here, it would have made life easier because I would have had his DNA, but... And
you've joined, there's a big campaign in the UK over this issue.
Great to see.
And you've joined that campaign,
David's
haven't you?
Law, with the Gregory family. I see a friend shared it on Facebook, powers of Facebook, and I seen it and I read it and I was like, oh my God, there's other people like me. And it was just a relief knowing, and something was getting done about it, and they're fighting a lot more over there. But I know I can't use that petition here. It can be used as evidence. But hopefully it makes changes here as well. But I have to do it differently. I have to go through Tynwald. And
you're looking at doing that, aren't you? At presenting a petition.
I've spoke to a clerk, yeah.
Yeah, and although obviously, I mean, that won't happen until next July, so it doesn't actually help your case, but you're wanting to raise the awareness,
because it's just an awful... Because I class myself as quite a strong person, but I know that not everyone's that strong, and coming up against something like that, because you can get partners whose families, parents are deceased. They might not have any siblings. Then what's the mother going to do for the child? Who is she going to get the DNA off? And even when I phoned the registrar, nobody knew what I was talking about. They obviously checked it online, all 4 lines of it on the computer. It doesn't really tell you if the father or mother or whoever's deceased, this is what you've got to do. I had to phone round a few lawyers. Nobody really knew because nobody dealt with it. And I didn't want to go off getting DNA samples and be told, oh no, you have to go through this person for it to be right. Finally found a lawyer who my doctor requested, who might have known something kind of said, yeah, I've dealt with one or two, yeah, but get your DNA, that's fine. I said, right. So at least I know when the baby's born, I can phone up, and I'm assuming swab packs get sent out and they
but
take
really
it from there.
What you'd really want to see is a change in the
Oh,
law.
absolutely, because it's just unreal. It's like I said, not everyone marries anymore, so it's not, when you're grieving and you've got a child and that hanging over your head, I don't want anyone else to do, have to do that. It's not nice.